ladies and gentlemen, last year I made a video on where I showed you on how we went from 0 to 100k a day in only 20 days with a brand new store. And you want to know the secret sauce of it? Because I explained some in a different video, but now I'm going to say it more in detail. So what are the top 3 things that made us do it? And I'm going to also intersect them. So this is for everybody as well watching right now who's doing, let's say, only a few $1,000s of revenue every single day, and they want to go to at least 10k a day or even higher. So listen up. Number 1, right, and I'm going to intersect them. So look at my beautiful screen in here, is multiple, and it's going to sound so simple, but I will also explain why, multiple stores. But what do I mean by multiple stores? So the first thing what we did is duplicate stores. Now, you know it, when you're doing e-com and dropshipping in general, so I'm not talking about branding essentially, about like branding, I will explain this well like later, is that if you have a store in a certain market that's been going very well and you do have cash flow available as well to open different stores in different markets, go for it. But don't do this all the time, because a lot of times what I see people doing is they ask me, how can I go to 10k a day like more quickly? Is it opening more stores in more countries? A lot of times even it isn't if your cash flow is not there, because if you are, let's say, on a 10k, 15k of a cash flow, I really don't recommend, right? Not, right? What a lot of people do is more stores, more stores, more stores. But if you only have, let's say, 10k or 15k in your bank account, no, don't do it. What you should be doing instead is focusing on store, right? Because imagine you have right now 10k on your bank account, right? And you have a few campaigns that are running profitably and they're making you a bunch of money right now, right? Even more money. So what do you need to do? Allocate all this money here. Because if you're making, let's say with one of your stores every single day, $1,000, right, in profit every single day. And if you're going to test more stores, all right, and by the time you get a winner and you have profitable products and campaigns running on this store also, right, on all the new stores that you created, your profit margin is going to dip insane. And then you see, hey, wait, I don't have any cash flow available anymore to keep on scaling the store that makes you the most money, right? So instead of doing that by just simply, like watch one of my videos where I tell you, hey, open more stores and duplicate stores, because this is for people who have good in cash flow. But if you don't, like, what is the way that you should be going over it? So you have one store, right? So let me make it like a home out of it, right? Or even draw a home. Here, this is one store, okay? So what you're going to do then right here is allocate, of course, creative games, okay? Creatives. Simple thing which you can do with AI a lot of times. In these campaigns, who are you actually selling to? Who are you selling to? All right, usually it is, right? It's a 45-year-old Karen. Okay, let's say for example. So what you then do is you use AI. You can use Arcad's AI. You can use Canva AI. You can use Higgsfield. All of these apps, they all work amazing. I would recommend making static image ads. If you're selling, for example, a t-shirt, have an old woman, right? A t-shirt for old woman. Have an old woman sewing the t-shirt. Have, for example, an old woman having a nice picture, with the t-shirt. It's so easy with AI and so cheap, right? You need to leverage AI on this. And then at the same time, what you also do, instead of testing, right? Testing on different stores, test more and double down on this store. Go fully savage mode. That's what I would do if I don't have the cash flow to open new stores. So instead of looking around on what's out there and maybe what other people are saying online about it, what you could do, you need to look at your own situation. This is what I also did in in the beginning of 2020, where I found my first winning product. It's this video about it. You can watch it. It was this contour duplicator. I did the same. Instead of opening a bunch of new stores, I focused on this one store only until I made, or like, let's even say I made enough money that I could still allocate as much as possible resources and time into the campaigns and store that's making me money. And then I was making new stores and scaling them as well, So do that, because let's be honest, let's face it. Let's say you are running a store in the UK market, okay? So what's going to happen, UK market, is 50% is PayPal and the other 50% here, oh wait. Oh, I'm writing horrible. 50% is CC. And let's say your payout dates are every single week you get one payout, okay? So let's say one payout a week Which means, and if you're doing, let's say, 3K a day in revenue, right? 3K a day in revenue across the week is 21K. 21K, 50-50, you know? So, and you only have 50K in your bank account. And then let's say, for example, in this case, 75% of the 21K, it's the costs and the rest of it's profit, which is the 25%. So you need to spend 75% of 21K every single week to make that money. So that's for Facebook, cost of goods, whatever. So if you have only 10K, you already spent way more even than your money, you know? And by the way, a quick tip, ask your supplier, right? For your supplier, all right, get a credit line as long as possible. Hey, look, I'm selling this product, I'm making money. Let me pay after 7 or 10 days. And then try, for example, 14 days and then 30 days. Slowly, of course, they won't give it immediately, but you have to build up the relationship, okay? So this is the thing. So focus on that first. You can look in all my videos. I see always, yeah, guys, we're testing 20, 30, 40 products a day and it all might sound very cool, amazing. But we do it because we have the cash flow. Like you can make such a small calculation. Hey, I'm getting this big product right now. If I want to continue this for a week, how much money do I need? Boom, I just did it in 1 minute. You know? So when I say multiple countries and duplicating stores, let's say, consider this at first before doing that. Because you can now open 10 stores, but if your cash flow can't handle it, run up that store first and scale it. When we talked about, for example, multiple stores, yeah, so we discussed at first the duplicate stores, okay? And what do we mean by duplicate stores when I said it? Is that you have stores running good, you just literally will copy paste everything from it, the whole store, but you're gonna sell some different products. I won't recommend selling the exact same product on that store as well, because then you will be competing with yourself. If you're doing the exact same product, same offer, same lender, same creative, whatever it may be, don't do it. I don't recommend it. So you just push in the same niche, same type of products, but not the exact same one. In the same market, that's what you do, because the approach has been working. And also use a different ad account, a different pixel, because it's a new store, you know? So that's very important, especially with dropshipping, which you never know. And it doesn't even only mean that when you sell fashion with any other niche, you can just be shut down immediately randomly. So what are you gonna do? Watch out for that, guys. Duplicate the stores. And number one, of course, go to different countries, right? So different countries. So we're exploring right now very interesting markets, which I cannot talk about as of now, but there's a bunch of markets in the whole world that you can also tap into and scale in, you know? So if you're selling in US, I mean, yeah, try as well UK, or try, let's say, a big 5 store, or for example, go into the Dutch market if you have the payment methods also available for it. Very simple, not rocket science, but that's one of the simplest ways. That was number one, right? Multiple stores, duplicating stores, that's what you do. Now, what is number two? A key thing. I cannot stress enough how important this is. It's upsells. Yeah, but upsells in the correct way. That is the most important thing. So what apps do we use? Okay, number one app that we use for upsells, or the one before the sale, nothing. We don't use any kaching bundles, any of those apps, because the more apps you have on your store, the more your store is going to be slowed down. Try to have as much as possible apps only in one store. What you do instead is code bundle discount into your store. Code it with a developer. It's easy. I can send you my, you know, like the store developer I have as well, and that all of our guys in our group also use. You can send me a DM on Instagram at, say like store developer. I will send you over the WhatsApp number. But basically, like, you know it. If you run, for example, a collection page, what you're gonna do is on top of it very clearly, 1 product, no discount, 2 products, 10% discount, 3 products, 50%, 4 or more, 20+% in discounts, which works amazing. So, and especially collection pages, those are the ones we scale the hardest. I can assure you, right? The more apps you're gonna do, the more fucked up your store will also become. And especially what I've seen more and more, in the beginning, I always said in Europe, don't have upsells up front, only post-purchase upsells, which I will tap into later as well, because Europe people don't like to be disturbed so much before the sale. And in the US, I saw it less, but now even in the US market, I see it more and more. They don't like to be disturbed too much before the sale actually happens. So watch out with it. The second one is after sale. After sale, go to Shopify app, look up after sale. It's the best app we have. Now, how do we go about after sale? Okay, so I'm gonna explain because it's a bit more complex than this one. And I'm also gonna be talking about the backend, because having a beautiful post-purchase upsell app is nice. It makes you a bunch of more money. You can spend more money on ads, but it also comes at a consequence. Do you know what? I'm gonna explain it later. The first one, how do we fill in our after sale? So what you do, let's say you are selling a sweater, again, a t-shirt. Whoop. Let me see how nice I can draw. Boom, boom. Okay, fashion product. The first flow. Always upsell the exact same product with 30% off, right? So same product, 30% off. That is the first flow you're gonna have. And then whether the client is going to accept or decline it, it doesn't matter. What you're gonna do is you're going to offer the exact same product again, okay? Same product for 40% off. 40. Okay, 40, so 40%. Okay, that's what you do. And then whether the client is going to accept or not, or the client doesn't matter, the third upsell you have, offer whole collection related to the product that you are selling, 30% off. Now what happens in here is that the benefits of it is that you're gonna make more money, so your AOV is going to increase, especially with collection pages. But the downside of it, I mean, yeah, that's a nice thing because, I mean, you can just spend more money on Facebook ads. If you can spend more money on Facebook ads, you can spend more than the competitor, I mean, you win. And you're more likely to scale. With all the CPMs increasing, and especially now in Q4, it is a must. But what is the downside of having upsells that nobody talks about? Refunds. Okay, refunds. Why? Because imagine you're buying a product, okay? You're buying a product and it already says on the web shop 50% off. And you just bought it, you paid for it, you get an offer, a post-purchase upsell. Hey, same product again, 30% off. You're like, that's weird, but okay, I'll do it. And then you get another one with more. And then you get another one with the whole collection. So the customer, I mean, a few of them, they can think like, what the fuck is this? Why am I paying so much more money extra? Why would I do it? And why is he offering me the same product over and over again? And why is he giving so many more discounts? It gets kind of sketchy. It might sound weird for you, but even the big brands do it. Because you have a small percentage that's going to hate. The big proportion who does buy, they don't care about it. And it can give you a lower perceived value of, let's say, your brand. But if you're just making and running stores for cold hard cash, then it doesn't matter. But you need to manage, right? Because your dispute rate is going to increase. Watch out with it. If you can't manage it, don't do it. But that's what we did. We know in the back end how to as well keep our dispute rate in control. So we keep on doing it. Nothing wrong with it. So watch out with it. Number 3, what I want to discuss with you guys is, of course, email marketing. Okay, email marketing. And I'm gonna keep it very simple because this is a very simple one. We just work with a company called Econflows. All right, Econflows.io. You can check the link in the description. You know, you can work with them. Amazing guys. We've been working with them for a while now. Why it's so important? We had a lot of times also in our business where we were scaling and then some stuff happened. We were having less revenue for maybe a couple of weeks, and we had still nice profits because we were just running campaigns on every client we had their emails of. They bought before, they liked it, they will buy again. So the LTV is increasing way more, you know, which is very important, which nobody talks about in the game that we're playing, you know, but it's fine. So, and also with email marketing, we're also able to spend more money on ads. If you're basically just willing to spend, I mean, if you're not only willing, but if you're able to spend more money on ads, bro, you can just outskill people. That's what it's all about. If my competitor can only spend $100 per sale for a week, but I can do it for 2 weeks because I have all these backend systems set up, I will win, especially if mine are better. So keep on sending campaigns and make sure it's always performance based, and it doesn't matter which agency you will like anytime work with, make sure you never pay money on the flows. Maybe you pay like a one-time fee for flows, but only pay for campaigns, a percentage. So actually number 4, this is the one I now also wanted to say and give you guys as a bonus, is collection pages. Okay, collection pages. And it doesn't matter what type of e-com you're running. Branding store, fashion store, general store. Man, you need to push on collection pages because it's a high AOV game. When we're scaling hard always, it's always 50-50 collection and product. And the collection pages are the ones you can show the highest budget on, especially if your ad account gets optimized on it. We've never seen an optimization happen in our lives based on pixel or whatever it may be. It's always happened on the ad account which has spent a lot of money. So we try to as well launch as many campaigns as possible on one ad account. But if we are doing, for example, with a specific store 20 to 30K in a day, we like to have more ad accounts, because it can always happen where Facebook takes down a random ad account. Even if you don't really violate something, the AI bot of Facebook just takes you down. So your store keeps on running. No, you don't have to wait until it gets unbanned again. But yeah, collection pages is really key. And I can talk about this for a very long time. But essentially what it comes down to, if you're going to test collection pages, start with $100 a day in budget. Don't go anywhere lower, just don't do it. And then what you want to have 5 to 10 creatives. Especially with the new Andromeda update, it's very important to have a bunch of creatives in your campaign. 5 to 10 creatives in a CBO. The way you want to do it, especially if you have tested a bunch of products and you have a few winners, put those winners in one collection and look for lookalike products, okay? Lookalike products of your winning products. Yeah, and make collection pages out of those and scale the fuck out of them, bro. That is the most important things I can say to you. So yeah, a quick video today, guys. Only 20 minutes or something I'm in right now. So as you can see, I gave very straight to the point, big value. Expect more videos like this, you know. It's just for me the best way to give the most amount of value in the most simple way. And yeah, guys, you know it. And guys, to be honest, man, lately as well in our group in Econsphere, people have been crushing it in our group as well. Let me show you here, by the way, because our wins channel is getting absolutely crazy at this point, man. Let me show you. So here we have Paulo, for example. I did the interview as well with him a couple of months ago. He did 3.4K with a 34% of profit margin, you know, very nice. This is a nice story. We have Emre. He was scammed by his old mentor. Then he joined an Econsphere and now he started making good profits again and paying off his taxes. That random just came a random tax bill to him. Here we have Alex, amazing. 14K in a day revenue, bro. He's really doing the numbers. Anas also, 10K days. People are crushing it, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, this is just the way that we do it, you know. And of course, I give value here on YouTube, but the value I give inside my group is way more. We do every single day a group call. We have also one-on-one coaching. Obviously, one-on-one coaching is the one where people get the most results. But yeah, if you'd like to work with me, of course, check out the link in the bio. Book a call with my team. See if you're qualified enough to join as well. And yeah, if not, keep on watching my videos, guys. But yeah, the action takers with your Econsphere, they're different, you know, and you see it all around. See you in the next video.